recent news, Ben Simmons deciding to hold out. He's got 4 years left on his deal. When you guys see this happen, how do you think this plays out for him and the Sixers?
I want to hear you. I always like Gilbert's take. I want to hear your take first.
There was never no coming back, and this is a sad thing what owners and management does, right? They don't understand how the world actually works, right? So you have a product, you don't want the product anymore, right? So what you try to do is you try to damage the products to the world. So, Ben Simmons can't shoot, he don't work out. You say everything that you need to say to get rid of him, but then you wonder why the buyer, the next team, don't want him.
But then you want a king's ransom for that person you just shit on.
Yeah, so you got a Lamborghini, right? And then you say how bad everything is wrong with this Lamborghini, but then you want the Lamborghini price. Like, if you really wanted to get rid of him, you'd have did the opposite. You'd have said, oh man, he has a great work ethic, he's this, that, but we're looking for more of a conventional guard, so we gotta let him go even though we don't want him to let him go. Right, that right there sells him. But the fact that you told everybody he don't want to work, he don't do this, he don't do that, now nobody wants to give you full ticket for him. They're gonna give you pennies on the dollar, and you don't want to take pennies on the dollar because you know what he really is, right? You know he's a superstar. Like, so the fact that you're trying to get back superstar quality, but you just told everybody he's damaged goods, fucks up, any trade. Because now, if you do want to get rid of him, you have to get rid of him bottom line bullshit. So what ends up happening is now both sides are at this path, right? I'm pretty sure he's going to go to a team where there's going to already be other superstars. He's not going to go to a team like not like Minnesota or some shit like that. He's going to end up landing into a big market because the big market is going to give you just enough where you're like, all right, fine. It's just weird. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he landed in Phoenix or some shit like that because they're going to give you a couple draft picks and somebody they really don't need, and you're going to off Ben Simmons, and that changed their whole fucking franchise.
I mean, I think, too, where Gil was saying at the beginning, like, they were at a point of no return, and I saw it from a standpoint of chemistry, and I know how players' egos work, and when you see, and even though they weren't shitting on him, what Doc Rivers said, I don't know if he's a championship caliber point guard for our team, and then what Embiid said, and although he wasn't shitting on him, it was just stuff. So to me, these younger players have a different mindset, and then they take things differently. So I knew they were at a point of no return once the people in the locker room, the coach and the other best players said that shit. I knew after that there was no chance, and I remember I was talking this on ESPN, I was like, there's no chance he's gonna go back because of what those two particularly said about him. Now, you can say all the other shit about him, but when your dogs, like when the other counterpart, when your other star and your head coach have questioned you and questioned your abilities, that's when I knew shit was going to happen. So, I mean, at this point, I mean, it's going to be who's going to budge first, which is crazy because I heard he's losing like $300,000 per something. So I don't know if that's per day or per week, but it's going to get ugly, and hopefully they can get him out and just let him have a fresh start because that bridge is burned. It'll never be rebuilt.
You know the bad part about it is they don't want to blame themselves for what he became, right? You're talking about a guy who's 6'11", can get to the basket anytime he wants. He's the point guard that's coming downhill, long, can jump. So really he's unguardable if his mentality was, I'm just going to go out and score 40. So when you're doing post-up plays where he's passing into Embiid and his man is sagging to, like, my thing was with Doc, what fucking plays are you running when he's in? Like, what play? You think that he's at the top of the key and you're going to do a pin down for a shooter? Where do you think his man is going to be sitting? He's going to stop all that curl shit. He's going to stop all that post-up. So the fact that you're not smart enough to say, hey, Ben Simmons, fucking just drive. Just go score. 1-4 flat it. 1-4 flat until they actually play defense. The fact that you're not actually using him, like the fact that you're not Greek the freaking this dude, tells me another story too. Like I'm looking at things like he has the ball at the top of the key and dude is sitting at the free throw line and you're still trying to draw a regular play? Fucking just 1-4 flat. Go. Who the fuck is gonna stop you at that point? Yeah. So like my thing is, He took 5 shots. Coach, that's coaching too. That's coaching too. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're not getting him involved he's at the point where it's more mental than anything.
That's his whole thing.
It's
that's
mental.
Why,
this guy doesn't want to take a shot because he doesn't want to miss. He doesn't want this happen. He don't want nobody in front. That's what that also. You're not even really sure.
Some of that's on him too. So I mean, the mental part's on him and on the way he was brought up to me. Because we all know I think he's a special talent. I hope he's able to just go and get a fresh start because that's what you need sometimes. But to think that Ben Simmons can't play, you're fucking crazy. One of the best players in the NBA.
My thing was like, listen. Look, I understand you want to be Magic Johnson, but I need you to be Magic Johnson without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, okay? Go out there and score 40. Just give me 40. Like, play the game like you're trying to score 40. That's all it is. Play the game aggressive. Like, he doesn't play aggressive because he has Embiid. He has this guy. Like, so he's trying to look like really try to get everybody involved. It's like the only way they get involved is if you're in attack mode. Like, Russell Westbrook it. Like, so the fact that you're 6'11" coming in the lane, they have to all come in now. Easy shot right here, easy dump down there, easy basket. Like so I don't need you to be traditional points. Forget the 10 assists, because you're only gonna get 7 that way. Go for 40 points, you're gonna get 10 assists. Because everybody's gonna be sitting here trying to stop you from driving in the lane, and you're over on the free throw line, you have to, now those easy passes, but because the game is not being taught to him like that and they're not coaching him like that, you got a guy who's one of the most talented players on the court who's being handicapped by just the game itself.